Right. Welcome, y'all. Episode 2 of Outcome Reach, new and updated podcast. Hope y'all are doing well. So instead of more of a basic intro Q&A, we're actually going into a little bit of a topical podcast today. We're going to be talking about budgeting and confidence. It was a couple of the topics that were voted on by some of our members in the free group and the private group. So we're going over pretty much just budgeting and confidence. So Kylan, I'll let you take it away. You kind of pick a topic and we'll just roll on with it.
So pick one between budgeting and confidence.
Yeah.
I'll actually discuss confidence. I know I had a one-on-one with somebody earlier discussing confidence, and we were just discussing the psychology of having confidence in life as opposed to just trading.
Yeah.
And really what I told him is that confidence comes from two things. One, building momentum, and two, it's going to be a foe sometimes. Sorry, with the first one, building momentum. Once you have a bunch of small achievements, it'll give you the confidence to pursue even bigger achievements.
True.
Even when you don't have the confidence, you can project this kind of faux confidence. For those of y'all who don't know, I was in marching band, I was a drum major, and the first time going up there, I was so nervous. Because, if I messed up, everybody messed up. But I just had to project this fake confidence, and I just started. And once you start with that fake confidence, the real one takes over. And that can project in your life as well, because if whatever you got to do, you just got to do it and act like you know what you're doing. And once you do that, then your body kind of takes over and you start to do the rest. And then your mindset kind of fixes itself. That can also apply to your trading. Once you have a trading strategy and you build up that trading strategy and that plan, you know what you're doing. Your emotions are eliminated and you can go doing what you're going to do with confidence. And in life, once you get several small accomplishments, you'll be able to get even bigger ones with that confidence.
I think the bigger issue that people have is just starting in general. Like how many people are like, yeah, I want to start losing weight. Yeah, I want to start going to the gym. Yeah, I want to start learning how to trade Forex. Every single time they're like, they never start.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this thing that they never, ever get a chance to start. It's just starting is a big thing, and then building that confidence to continue going is the other thing. So, I don't know. Having that confidence takes time, it takes practice, and takes accountability, because obviously you can't just start and then stop. You have to be accountable to keep going. And then as you keep that accountability, that confidence will grow, and that confidence turns into this, I don't want to say ego, because if you bring ego into it, then you're just fucking yourself over. But confidence gives you that ability to not need so much accountability because you're just going to want to do it rather than forcing yourself to do it in some sort of way. Even though that's not really what accountability is. It's more so just keeping a check on yourself. So I don't know. Confidence in trading, though? Confidence in trading, like opening a trade that you've analyzed for 3 hours straight, but as soon as you hit that buy or sell, you just lose all confidence in it. Like, no, I can't take that trade from this who the fuck knows reason. But yeah, I've had a few students message me like, yeah, I had a really good analysis. I should have trusted my analysis, but as soon as I clicked buy, I ended up closing it out early, or something went wrong and I didn't trust the trade and I just backed out, whatever it may have been. And I think that's the biggest issue that a lot of people have in trading, is that it's that jumping off point, because they're so used to being burned. They're so used to being, God knows what they're doing, like blowing accounts and shit with other mentors. And then they get to us and they've just been burned so much that they lost that confidence. So even if they've been in the course for 5 months, they know everything. They can drop a chart with perfect entries and everything. But the second they actually take that live trade with their little bit of the money that they have in their account, it's done. They lose all the confidence. They lose that ability to focus. They start sweating, man. Like, those sweats.
Yeah.
Those trading sweats. Yeah.
I feel that.
And
honestly, the idea behind that is once you put your money in your account, it's the broker's money. It's not your money. So you really shouldn't even be sweating over it anyways, because the moment you put that money in your account, the mindset should be is you essentially giving that money up. It's not yours anymore. So once you get through your head, you shouldn't be that nervous to begin with.
And you shouldn't be trading with money you're scared to lose as well. If you cannot afford to lose $100, if you cannot afford to lose $10, do not trade with that $10. Invest that elsewhere. Save up your money somehow. Get a second job if you need to. Build up your financial security or financial confidence so that as soon as you're putting money into your Forex account, you cannot feel any emotions with it. I was the same way when I first started trading. I got into trading because I was broke as shit. And I didn't have any extra way to make extra income aside from working 2 jobs. And so whenever I would put $50, $100 or anything, I would lose my shit. And anytime I lost a trade, it's like, fuck, I need that money. But I lost that money. But now I'm at a point where I don't work anymore. Like, I literally don't work anymore. I'm just work from home now. I'm financially secure enough, financially stable enough that throwing money at a Forex account doesn't scare me anymore. And I think it just comes with,
That's
financial
crazy.
security is the biggest thing. That's the biggest issue with it.
That's just like financial security in general, though. Like,
Yeah.
I know we say a lot, don't trade with money you can't afford to lose, but oftentimes it's the cliche advice that goes ignored. So people often say, I'm not going to trade with money I can't lose, but then freak out when they're a couple of dollars in drawdown. It's like, you shouldn't be freaking out because at the end of the day, if you can't afford to lose it, what's the pain point about? You got other streams of income. This is just long term. This isn't supposed to be instant gratification.
Yeah. Like most of us here, I know Brian, you especially, we do you do e-com. I know people who do real estate. I know people who do literally anything, residual income, affiliate sales, whatever it may be. Forex is just supplemental income at this point. You don't have to make it your main source of income. If you want to make it your main source of income, there are a lot of other ways you can do about it. It's a lot of confidence you got to build. There's a lot of training you got to do. You're not going to create Forex as your main source of income your first day.
It took me 3 years, bro.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Wyatt?
Yeah, it took me 3 years.
Oh, I know it took you 3 years, bro. What was it? Rich
Yeah.
Nas chat? You were already like 2.5, 3 years in?
I mean, dude, I was already 2.5 years in when I joined Rich Nas chat. Like, I was trading stocks. And Rich Nas, like, I came across him somehow on Instagram, and then that got me Forex. And honestly, like, I saw that it kind of draws people in with a like get rich quick kind of like mindset, and obviously, like, that's gonna kill you at first.
Yeah.
This is not how it works. You have to build so much confidence and like back testing and learning to trust your analysis from the moment you take the trade until it hits SL or TP is probably one of the most important parts, because I know I got to a point back testing where my analysis was the best I had ever seen it. And then I was still closing out trades early. I was not letting them hit my TPs. And I was getting pissed because I was making great analysis, but I was losing trades because of my own psychology. So I just made a rule for myself. I know Matt tells people to delete their MT4 sometimes, but I mean, I didn't do that, but I really had to like work to build that confidence to hold my trade from the moment it opens till it hits TP or SL. And part of that is having money in your account that you are willing to risk.
Yeah.
If you have your income in your Forex account, you are naturally going to be scared to risk that money.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No, and it's natural human emotion. You can't get rid of that.
Set your limits. Go on about your business.
That's your saying.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Got some dogs barking. But yeah, I think that about rounds it up for confidence. It comes with financial security. It comes with training.
I have one question.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so you don't think it's necessary to attain that stress first to then build that confidence? You know?
I'm saying that stress isn't as necessary as people make it.
Okay.
There is a level of stress that is healthy. There's a level of stress that is entirely unhealthy.
Because
the stress that we want is healthy stress. It's not the I want to get rich quick. I just blew my account. Oh shit, I lost all my money that I can't afford to lose stress. The stress I like is going through the phases of learning, going through demo trading. That stressful, like, oh shit, I made a really great trade on demo. Why didn't I take that on my live account? I could have made so much money. Yada, 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 yada. Later on, that healthy stress builds you into the confidence trader. That unhealthy stress kills you, and you're now one of the 96% a year lose and quit trading.
Because for me, it was the being wrong, not losing the money, but being wrong, which sucks.
Yeah, But you can be wrong on demo.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
even on demo, I'm like, oh man, I should have seen that coming. But it's like you said, it just comes with time and practice. And
Yeah, but that's healthy stress. Losing a trade
yeah,
on demo, or like even if you lose a trade on live account, but you're not worried about that money being there, that's healthy stress. That's natural part of growth. That's that uncomfortability, that putting yourself in a tight corner. That kind of growth is what you need.
yeah, because someone said there's no difference between like 0.01 lot and like 100 lots. There shouldn't be a difference.
There is no difference.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're fucking Sean Lee. I don't care. There's no difference in a .01 and a
yeah,
10 standard lot. The only difference is the percentage. That's it. It's just the amount of money you're trading with. But the 10-to-1 risk reward ratio, the 13% growth account growth, doesn't matter if it's a $10 account that grew 13%, doesn't matter if it's a $10,000 account that grew 13%. The trading method is still the same.
okay,
That's it.
makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know if I answered your question. I think I just went on another tangent.
No, that was perfect, man. That was exactly what I was looking for.
Oh shit, we got Dillon on the call.
What's up? What's up?
So I got a question for you, Dillon.
All right.
How did you build your confidence in trading?
Well, first off, there's a couple ways. First off, it was finding the right thing or sticking to one thing for long enough to where I can, like figure out if it works for me or how it can work for me. And then the other one was just like funding accounts and then losing them, funding accounts, blowing it, funding accounts, and becoming like on the verge of quitting, right? So
Yeah.
that's what got me emotionally detached from trading. Like, it was like, all right, because every time I would fund an account, I would already like expect to lose money, right?
Yeah.
So just with that mindset, it got me detached from my money,
Yeah.
right? So and then just the obvious one, dude, just figuring out what I'm good at and what, like when I go to a chart, it shouldn't take me, 10 minutes to figure out what's going to happen next,
Yeah.
right? So when I go to a chart, it literally takes me probably like 30 seconds to a minute
Yeah.
to be like, all right, this is what I see. This is what possibly could happen. I don't know. I don't move the markets, so I'm just going to do the same thing that worked my last trade on this trade and the next trade and the next trade. And one thing that I recently have done this past I'm gonna probably say like this past 3 to 4 months, 4 to 5 months, something around that area.
Yeah.
I cut back on a lot of pairs. I only watch 6 pairs now.
Yeah.
And that has decreased my losses like tremendously. Like I have only lost one trade in the past 3 weeks, and that was on a Euro GBP. And yeah, like I'm surprised myself even because I haven't had streaks like where I just go like a whole week without losing
Yeah.
before. So yeah, like there's some advice for you guys. Like when when you look at a lot of pairs, you are making yourself more vulnerable to lose more trades, right? It's just like if you have a girlfriend and the more girls you try to talk to, she's gonna figure out that you're talking at least one time. She's gonna figure out if you're talking to one at least, right? So
The risk.
it's kind of a weird comparison, but
No, that makes sense though, because the whole game of Forex is to reduce your risk as much as possible. If you're looking at 50 pairs like I am, you're opening yourself up to the possibility of much more risk involved. You're looking at more pairs, you're looking at more markets, you're looking at all these things. These all come as variables into your trading style. And then the more risk you evolve yourself into, the more likely you are to lose a trade. And the more trades you lose, the more negative your risk reward ratio goes, the more negative your percentage goes. That's a blown account right there. So reducing that risk is what helps you increase that reward. Makes perfect sense, actually.
yeah, and it took me like a good solid 4 to 5 months. That's why I say that long to figure out which pairs I wanted to cut out, because like I would trade a random pair, say like USD JPY, right? And I would win on it. But then I would go to trade like CAD JPY and lose, and then NZD CAD and lose, and then SPX and lose. And I'm like, all right, well, one time's good enough for me. I'm not just gonna keep beating a dead horse, right? So I'm just cutting that off. Like I'm cutting those off.
Yeah.
So the pairs that I found that I was consistent with and found that I had back tested a lot, like Bitcoin, for example.
Yeah.
Like you guys know that
You're
I
Bitcoin king, bro.
destroy Bitcoin. Like that's been one of my pairs since I've like started trading. So like yeah, I am super consistent on Bitcoin, and I don't lose a lot of trades on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And yeah, but yeah, as far as confidence goes, I think everybody's gonna have to find that within themselves. But for me, it was definitely like being on the verge of quitting, like probably a year and a half ago at least.
Yeah. And I think that's where we kind of came to the conclusion that it's different for everybody. Because my way of building confidence was different than your way of building confidence, which is different than Kylan's and Wyatt's way of building confidence. We all have our own little ways to do it. And that's the beauty of Forex itself, or just the beauty of life in general, is that an old Russian saying, I guess you could say,
Experience.
the same water that softens the potato, it's the same water that hardens the egg. That's a little good one. Yeah. So take that away from it. So we're going to move on from confidence and go into budgeting, which is also a pretty serious concern with a lot of people making as much money as they are on Forex or losing money as they are on Forex. So Kylan, as usual, I'm going to let you rock this one out.
All right, so budgeting, it's really a perfect thing for everybody. Everybody has their own system. I actually use the one that like Matt uses too, and it's going to be with all my income. Let's say I got paid $100. 30% is going to go into savings, 30% investing, and the rest is going to be towards spending. When you budget your money that way, usually you're going to have as much money saved and invested as you will to spend, if not more. With that way, instead of just spending the majority of your money, the majority of your money is going toward making more money. Because, I mean, this is America. The key to making money in America is getting your money to work for you.
Yeah.
That's the system that I use. I think Matt uses a similar one. And then even just the money that I have to spend, I usually don't try to spend that on a lot. I live pretty much below my means. I mean, I know I joke around a lot, but those of y'all who really know me, I'm fairly minimal. I don't buy a lot of stuff. Like I'm fairly minimalist, and really just that mindset helps me to appreciate what I have. And that way I never have to worry. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, just living below my means. Instead of focusing on my next paycheck, I'm focusing, okay, I have this money right now. How can I use this money to make more money? And that mindset, just making it multiply exponentially instead of just, going to Publix and working 3 hours for a $20 paycheck.
Yeah.
That's just me.
No, it's completely understandable. And that's something I do as well. Is a few years ago, I used to live paycheck by paycheck by paycheck. It wasn't until about 2 years ago where I found Agent Dooley, and I got into Side Money University, and I started making the surveys where I was actually able to finally, once in my life, build extra capital. And so I wasn't just living paycheck to paycheck. I was still getting paychecks. I was still getting, every 2 weeks, every week, etc. But now I was having this extra income come in. And I was building up the capital that I currently had, and my credit cards were being paid off. My debts were being paid off. I was stressed less about money. If I want to go out, I could go out and eat whatever the hell I wanted. Yeah, Jordan's a fucking goat. And now I've gotten to a point where I don't need to live paycheck to paycheck. I said, fuck it. I have enough financial security. I quit my job, and now I'm focusing on doing exactly what I want, when I want, how I want it, because I worked so long to get here. Because I budgeted. I was smart about where my money went. I paid off my credit cards. I paid off my debt, so that any money I have coming in now doesn't have to be wasted going somewhere else. It's going into investing. It's going to saving. It's going to that necessary spending. It's going to meal prep every day, every week. So a big thing that actually Dillon talked about in the admin chat was a great way to budget is to cook at home. And it's the stupidest thing ever because it makes so much sense that no one does it, though. It's literally cooking at home every single week. So a lot of y'all know I'm into fitness and nutrition, and I do my meal prep every week. I spend about $50 to $60 a week on my groceries. Chicken, rice, veggies, sauce, maybe a side salad or two, and my snacks throughout the week. I will always spend $50 to $60 a week. Before I did meal prep, I was spending $50 to $60 like every day or two, just going out and eating 2-3 times a day. I go to Bojangles, I go to Mickey D's, I go to Cookout, I go wherever the hell I wanted because that was all that was open late when I was working in restaurants and I got out at 11, 12 at night. And that's all I could eat. That's all I could afford to eat at the time. And yeah, I do have a meal plan. But it got to a point where I was literally spending a $1,200 paycheck every 2 weeks. I'd only have $200 left by the end of that. I'd blow it all on food and pointless spending. And now I can take a $1,200 paycheck and make it last 2 to 3 months because of the way I eat at home. I mean, budgeting is a serious concern that not a lot of people actually take into account. They get money, they blow the money, and then they're pissed that they don't have money. When you could take that money, invest some, save some, spend some, now you have 2/3 of your paycheck chilling, either growing or saving, and you just spent the 1/3. You're not too stressed about it because then that next paycheck comes in, you do the same thing. Saving, investment, spending. That's it. It's going to be the continuous cycle that you're going to relive in.
Yeah, you made some good points. And actually, I just want to say something real quick, too. Like back to, like adding on to the budgeting and the confidence, how I, gained confidence in trading. It kind of goes hand in hand because a year ago from October is when I quit my job, like my actual clock in, get up in the morning and go to a place you hate type of job.
I still think we've ever had one.
So with that, the only thing I had to rely on was trading. Okay. So since October last year, I haven't got like a every, paid 2 times a month, every other week type of paycheck. It's been from trading. And, I think I mentioned this on the last podcast, I went to Mexico 4 times this year and stayed there for like 2.5 months off of trading. So, that fear that I had of quitting my job, it was scary. I'm not gonna lie, it was scary, and I didn't know at the time that if I could live off of trading, and that's when I really had to kick myself in the ass and figure out what I wanted, So yeah, that goes in with budgeting too, because since I wasn't getting like that extra, paycheck every other week, like I had to start cooking at home. I had to, yeah, you guys already covered that, but yeah,
Can
it
I
just
say a
goes.
comment about being low key?
Yeah, what's up?
So I was talking to my friend about this the other day. Is that imagine how many rich people like pay to be low key, like they pay for the extra privacy, when you can be low key from the beginning and keep that overhead low, so you don't have to raise your living expenses and have that side income for like, you know, any activity like can come up, like a trip or a vacation, or like Dillon, like he went to Mexico. Like I think that's the key, like living low key.
Yo, that's fully me. Cause like hell, even like Matt and Jelfri and them, like I live so low key. They were like, "What, bro? You're still in Mexico? How long are you gonna be there?" Like I
He's
just,
gonna be there for a weekend, bro. 2 months later, he comes back home.
Well, I thought you moved there.
yeah, dude. Like that's how low key I live. Like I
That
could go
tax
somewhere
benefit.
and you would never know.
All right. So I'm kind of curious because we got a college student who's an admin who could give a really good idea on budgeting for a bunch of our college folks. So Kylan, what's up, bro?
Bro,
All right. So yeah, as far as budgeting as a college student, so I have a monthly cost I have to pay for my tuition,
Yeah.
and that's really what I have my actual job for. Y'all know I work part time at Publix, so usually with Forex,
subs,
I
bro.
can with Forex combined with SMU, I'll get that $300 usually. But you know, I kind of have my actual Publix job just as a safety net in case I didn't, so I'll have a way to pay that. And besides that, I mean, you really just have to take advantage of what's around you. I feel like just being in the classes I have and with the education I'm getting, I'm learning how much waste we actually make. And I know that's the cliche that people will say a lot, but when you think about it, we have, you know, we all have meal plans that we can use, but oftentimes you'll see a bunch of college students, they don't even use the meal plans. They'll go out to eat. That's so wasteful. Or there will be so much food available for them to get. They just don't get it because they don't want it.
Yeah.
That's so wasteful. Once you stop wasting stuff and really use what's in front of you, you'll find that your budgeting's going to tie right into that. Because that's one thing I really focused on this year was, you know, not going out and buying more food, more things that I didn't need until I used it what I had. Especially with food, you know. Yeah, I know we all get to the point where we're craving like a specific type of food, but the reality is I had that meal card. There's no point in going out and spending extra money to get food when I had a meal card. And I'm going off a tangent here, but that's just keeping that mindset of not wanting to waste stuff and using what you have before you get more is what I'm trying to say.
Stay low.
Use what you have before you go out and get more. That mindset itself helped me save so much money in college. But besides that, it was just making sure that, you know, I made some very bad financial decisions. I'm not going to lie. I went to the mall in Orlando and I about lost my mind. But the goal is just college is where, for those of y'all my age, y'all know we're kind of thrown out there. You got to know that focus long term. You don't want to make too poor financial decisions. We're already in college paying too much because college is overpriced. So we just got to really focus, you know, in 4 years when I graduate, do I want to be living paycheck to paycheck? Do I want to be comfortable? That's the mindset I'm having that's really going to help push me through. So just keeping that mindset was my advice to all the college students out there.
So I got a closing idea on that one. Look at Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos, 4 of the richest men in the entire world. They're wearing jeans, T-shirts, fucking G-Sport watches, bro, like $20 watches. And how much is their wealth? Billions and billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Look at little baby. Look at the baby. Who the fuck these rappers are? Little short bus rappers. They're broke in 1 to 2 years. As soon as they lose their relevance, they're broke. They're bankrupt. They're on the streets. Yep. Why? They don't stay low key. As soon as they get fame,
they buy liabilities.
Yeah, not buying assets. They're not buying homes. They're not buying stocks. They're not buying investments and dividends. They're buying fucking broke ass cars, broke ass watches. They're buying gold, yes, but they're not buying the right kind of gold. That's exactly what it is. It's understanding the difference between assets, liabilities, and that's where budgeting comes into play. You're putting your money into savings. You're putting your money into investments, and those investments are your assets. You're buying real estate, you're buying stocks, you're getting into Forex, you're understanding where your money is going. You're becoming financially educated in ways you never were in high school, middle school, or college. And that's why you will be the next Bill Gates rather than the next fucking MC Hammer who got bankrupt 2 years after he was done being relevant. Now he's a pastor somewhere because he's got to make money somehow.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's not to say that, you can't enjoy spoiling yourself just as long as it's in your budget. Like, if you stay hooked money to spoil yourself, go ahead, but just don't spend all your money on spoiling yourself.
Yeah, for my birthday, I spent like $3,000 just at one store. No, like $300. I dropped in one store. I bought two things. I bought a new laptop and I bought a new camera. But
okay, well, that's functional.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
It's kind of an investment.
It's a lot of money.
It's a huge investment.
Not only that, but it's also a tax write-off. So as soon as tax.
Hey man, the fact that you think that's splurging yourself, that's amazing.
Yeah, because this is nice stuff that I never had for myself, but it just happens to be for my business.
Which computer?
I got an HP Spectre. I think it's the
with the dual screen. Or no?
Yeah, with the flip screen where you
can.
Nice.
That's fire.
And I got a Sony A7 II as my camera with nice lens. I got the microphone. I got the setup and everything. And that was the biggest purchase I had made for myself because I wanted to splurge for myself. I wanted to treat myself because it was my birthday and all of that. And it just so happens that these are also business items that I invested in myself because I need that tax write-off at the end of the year because we're all business owners. And so it's not even going to hurt me at the end. Instead of buying a gold chain that's just going to depreciate in value or a new car that's going to depreciate in value, all that, I can use my investments for my company and build more income with the new stuff I got.
Or an $18 million watch like Floyd Mayweather.
Jesus, man. That dude's making money, though.
Yeah, but that's marketing, though.
Yeah, that's marketing.
Yeah,
but,
he's got that endless money.
Yeah.
Yeah, be aware of Instagram, y'all. Just social media in general. You see us new flex and that stuff. You got to realize that, well, we all know half of it isn't real. That's obvious. But the other half is that people are getting paid to post and stuff. So don't let that fool y'all.
They rented the Lambos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got 5 minutes, y'all. Actually, 4.5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take closing questions, closing comments, and everything, and then we'll wrap it all up.
Yeah, I have a question about, taxes, because I've been sort of in and out of the research. So is it better to sort of attain the profits into, an LLC?
Yes.
So
when you transfer your profits straight to your bank account, you have to list those as capital gains taxes.
Right. Yeah.
In America, those can be up to 35%. Or so let's say you get $1,000 profit, 35% of that, $350 goes straight to the government.
Okay.
But if you run it through or launder it, or wash your money, don't repeat this, even though it's on a recorded podcast.
No, I didn't hear that.
Filter it through your Shopify store with the LLC you purchased through LegalZoom.com, and it's only going to turn out to 15 to 20% at max.
What the fuck? I didn't even think about that, bro. Damn, That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
It makes sense, 100%.
It's also the same way you can liquidate your credit cards. If you got a $1,000 credit card and you need some extra cash because you don't have enough money in your bank account, all you have to do is just create a Shopify store or a PayPal account, invoice yourself $1,000, and there you go.
But how do you invoice from the withdrawal into your bank account? Is that what you mean?
So with Shopify, what you're going to do is create a $1,000 item, purchase it with your credit card, but your bank statement, your Shopify, transfers all your profits directly to your bank account.
Okay. Oh, I see. But what about from the transfer from the empty port, your broker into where does that go? Where does that money would go? Would that go into your
shop? I would put that in a Bitcoin wallet or a PayPal address.
And then the Shopify accepts Bitcoin? Is that what you mean?
No, but they do accept PayPal. So what you're going to do is buy something on your store with that PayPal money, and then that money will go directly to your bank account. Therefore, you only had to track that income, that profit, as business expense. That means that you made money from your business store, your Shopify store, not as capital gains from you made money from your NT4.
Okay, I got you completely. I'm writing that down as we speak.
Also, if you guys have credit cards with rewards programs, and they say you got to spend like $3,500 in the first 3 months so you can get 20,000 bonus points for airlines so you can get a free flight.
Oh my god.
And way you can
bro.
Shopify.
Of course.
Spend all that $3,500 at once on your Shopify store or through PayPal and send it to yourself and pay it right off. Brian, how do you not know this? Jordan Dooley teaches this, bro. He preaches this. Yeah, if you guys want another call for finances, we can probably do that next week. We got to do some more research and teach you all these things.
I'm gonna do research right now, bro.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, dude, the world of finance and credit hacks is amazing.
And where do you go to like learn that? Like, what is that called? Like, what would the overall subject be?
Let me show you, actually. It's this great website called fucking YouTube.
You're fucking. That's right, man.
Last night.
That's funny, bro, because I would give someone that answer, bro.
No, dead ass. Like,
No, seriously, like everything I've learned from trading so far has literally been from YouTube. I found you guys on YouTube.
YouTube University.
Oh, nice.
I was like looking up smart money and like institutional trading, and I don't know, man. And then I found you guys. I'm like, yo, that's what's up.
Exactly.
I got into like volume profile first, you know, and I'm like, oh, this is it. Nah.
All right, y'all. I got less than a minute. I don't want to get cut out automatically. So follow
All right,
us
man, but thank you.
on Instagram, Outcome Reach. You know where our YouTube channels are, our Telegram channels, Outcome Reach and Vault FX. If you guys have questions, please hit us up. We're always open to our DMs. Thank you guys. Love y'all. I'm going to catch you guys later.
Yeah.